always a pleasure having Donald J. Trump join us on the show, especially with how busy he is. Mr. President, thank you so much for joining us, sir. How are you?
Brian, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Brian?
I can. Thank you so much for
Fantastic.
joining us, sir.
It's so great to be back on your show. I'm doing fantastic. I haven't had a day off in 70 days. I've been working hard for 70 days straight, other than the days I've taken off and the days that I've golfed and my shift at McDonald's. Other than that, I've been working straight through. It's unbelievable.
Mr. President, what happened at McDonald's? I mean, I didn't see you flipping any burgers. I saw you learning how to make French fries. Why did you do that?
I came in there, I have my French fry certification card. I didn't want to get into the burgers. It's very complicated with the multiple buns and the pickles and the lettuce, and you got a squirt gun for it. I said, listen, I love fries. Your fries are fantastic. And I wanted to put more salt on the fries. And they said, sir, you can't do that. High blood pressure. And I said, I'm very, very healthy. So we made, let me tell you something. Those fries are so good when they come right out of that bubbling oil thing with all that, the greasy oil thing, and they throw it into a basket, and that was truly incredible. I loved every second of that. And these people who complain and go, oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to work at McDonald's 40 hours a week on your feet. I did it. I did an entire 15-minute shift. It was very easy. Everyone was very friendly. I didn't charge anybody like the people who work there. You know what I mean?
Right. But Mr. President, I was told that the store was shut down and those weren't real customers. Is that true?
Excuse me. There were real cars and there were real people. And I guess you could say they weren't real customers because they got the food for free. But the fine with me. It's fine with me.
All right.
But that's a real McDonald's in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. We had 25,000 cars lined up after that.
Wow, 20,000.
And that store is doing very, very well.
Wow.
Other than the E. coli scare, it's doing very well.
Interesting. I didn't see those 20,000 cars. I saw a couple, but that's
of course
okay.
not, because the fake news. I'll send you a video, Brian. I'll send you a video.
All right, send me the video.
Send you a video.
Mr. President, I have to ask you this question. There's news that is coming out that apparently there's a video of you groping a young, underage girl. Can you comment on this at all?
You make this sound like this is new. They do this every time to me. They come up with a video, Ivanka's on my lap, Ivanka's on a bed with me, some teenager. How would this not happen? I owned the Miss Teenage Universe pageant, and I had to squeeze certain parts of their bodies to make sure it wasn't fatty. That's all I was doing. I checked their teeth, I checked their butts. You heard me say to the one woman, you could shave off a few pounds. You heard that.
I did hear that.
So this is not anything new. And listen, Brian, other than me sawing a baby in half on Fifth Avenue, my MAGA people will never leave me.
All right,
They'll never leave me. They don't care what I do. They don't care what I do.
Mr. President, weren't you close with Jeffrey Epstein? Like, can you be honest with us?
I stood right next to him.
You guys were buddies, or what's the deal?
And by the way, did you know Elon, he was investigated too. So don't just point the finger at me. I mean, Elon was, And what about Bill Clinton? He was on the plane. I know because I was with him. So that's how I know he was there.
That's fair. If you're just joining us, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, your opponent, Kamala Harris, did a CNN
Kamala.
All right.
She's a comma. That's what she is. She's a comma. She's a comma and a la. She's a comma la la.
A comma. All right. Well, that's.
I call her Kamalama Ding Dong. I call her Kamalama because she's not very bright.
She's not very bright.
Did you know that I am up to be in Mensa? Did you know that?
I did not.
So smart.
I did not know that.
And she's up for Densa because she's so dense. She's so dense.
Interesting. I never heard that one. Well, she did a CNN town hall last night, Mr. President, and
that was horrible. That was horrible.
Well, why weren't you there, Mr. President? Why did you chicken out? Come on.
I didn't chicken out. I didn't want to be on stage. You know what? I let her hang herself. You know why? Did you watch it?
I did.
She was very clear and to the point. You know what I mean? You got to do the weave. You got to do the weave.
Yeah,
Someone asks you a question about policy, and then you talk about 8 other things, and then at the very end, you pull it all together, and you still haven't answered the question.
Yes, clear and
She was
concise.
actually answering questions.
I know.
And by the way, they didn't ask her any questions about sharks, about electric boats, about dogs eating cats, and other things. You know,
That's true.
they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. They're eating the geese, which is fine with me. Have you seen geese poop? My golf courses are covered in geese poop. You can eat those. Have a geese buffet, Asians. That's what I always say.
Foie
Eat
gras.
them all.
I do enjoy foie gras, I'll be honest.
Foie gras.
Yes.
Foie gras.
Is it true, Mr. President, that you have praised Adolf Hitler? Because John Kelly said you did. Is that true? Can you set the record straight?
I never praised Adolf Hitler. What I said was he did some good things too. I am fair and balanced. I'm fair and balanced to a fault, just like Fox News, fair and balanced. He did some good things, right? Didn't he? He did the Autobahn. He did the Volkswagen. You know, Hitler did Volkswagen. Hitler did Volkswagen.
Yes.
So I think that, you know what guess what? I looked it up. Do you know what Volkswagen means?
You tell me.
Know what it means?
You tell me.
The people's car. The people's car.
So you think Adolf
what
Hitler was
Volkswagens
like for
mean.
the people? You think he was a people person? Or what do you think about that?
There are good people on both sides when it comes to Hitler.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're just joining us, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, you're in Vegas today, and I
am in Vegas.
I have a bone to pick with you.
I feel like I live here, Brian. I feel like I live here.
I feel like you live here too, Mr. President. I have a bone to pick with you, though. So you guys credentialed me to the event today. And then a couple hours later,
that was a mistake.
Yeah, then you denied me credentials. Mr. President, do you have any insight into that? Why that took place?
Because we don't want you there.
Oh wow, well that's pretty direct.
You're very mean. You're very nasty. And once you're there, you'll be there. And you'll be bugging people. You'll be bugging people, asking questions. Look, it's very simple. I am there to make America great again. MAGA gaga. MAGA gaga. That's what we want. And you want to tear it down. You argue with all my MAGA people. They call in and try to make a point. And you use logic and intelligence. That's not fair.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right. My apologies.
You're far too prepared when you talk to my people.
Well, we got a week and a half to go before Election Day, Mr. President. If Kamala Harris defeats you, will you concede?
No. I would never concede. Do you know why?
Why?
I'm not a conceited person. Why would I concede? Why would I concede?
You know, I'm
very humble. I'm very humble.
Yeah, you're extremely humble. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with that, Mr. President. Sure. You know, Anthony Scare, speaking of humble, Anthony Scare.
I love the mooch.
He's coming up here in a couple minutes. What would be your message to him? He lasts less than 2 weeks working for you. What would you say to him?
Yeah, he just wanted to say he worked for me. That's all he wanted. Him and his sky bridge and his billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Anthony's a very interesting guy. I do like him, but sometimes I disagree with some of the things he says, and sometimes he's been very, very mean to me. He's been very mean to me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
I love Italian people. I love Italian people, especially him. He's like, 4 foot tall? He's got a lot going on for a tiny
He's got a lot of money. I want to ask you a question about Arnold Palmer because you seem to talk about his junk. You talked about the size of his junk, Mr. President. Why would you?
Tremendous penis. He has a tremendous penis. You know what I mean? And that's what women like. Women go, oh, it's not the size, it's the motion, it's knowing how to. Believe me. If you would have seen this thing, it actually talked. His penis talked.
It did.
That's how big it was.
Is that what happened when you took your clothes off in front of Stormy Daniels? Is that the same reaction?
Well, here's the thing about Stormy. Listen, if Stormy had been with Arnold, that would have been something else. But it's not fair. Everyone always, brings up Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels was a professional sexual athlete. And she'd been with Mandingo. She did like 8 guys at one time. I mean, It's just not fair. I'm very good, by the way. I'm a tremendous lover. I had sex once for close to 30 seconds. So I think that's, I probably hold the league record.
Wow, you went Jeopardy. That's interesting.
Absolutely.
There. 30 seconds.
Absolutely. But Arnold was a very talented guy. Very talented guy. I don't even know how he swung the club, to tell you the truth. But now I know why Melania always asks for an Arnold Palmer at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, so that's why she asked for an Arnold Palmer. By the way,
I didn't know why. Now I get it.
Now you know.
It.
Where is Melania? I haven't seen her anywhere, Mr. President. Where is she?
I don't know. She was with me in New York at the Alsmith dinner. She actually prefers New York to Mar-a-Lago. But when I'm not at Mar-a-Lago, she's there. But when I go to New York, she goes to Mar-a-Lago. It's kind of like a chess game with her. But I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of her. And when I get sworn back in on January 20th, I'm sure she'll be standing right there. And Sleepy Joe will be there on the podium with, oh, come on, man. There's no joke. What's going on? Hey, Mr. Malarkey. Can you believe this guy is still president?
Man,
it's unbelievable.
I'm actually surprised J.D. Vance is still your vice president, because you've said some demeaning things about him on this show in the past.
He won't be around for long. Peter Thiel, who's a big contributor, forced me to take him on. But it's okay. It's okay. He's trying. He doesn't have charm. The problem with JD is he's not a charming guy. He was the pudgy kid you beat up. You know what I mean?
Right. I get what you're saying, Mr. President. Last question for you. As I mentioned, you have an event here in Las Vegas tonight, a rally. Would you like to give everybody a preview to the people in the great state of Nevada? What do you plan on talking about tonight in your rally in Las Vegas?
Well, we're going to open with 39 minutes of me just kind of swaying to the music, which I think will be great. Then I'm going to spend 15 minutes just walking from end to end of the stage, which I think will be fantastic. By the way, we're locking the doors.
Oh.
No one is allowed to leave.
That's fire code. You're breaking fire code.
Who cares? You think I follow the rules or the laws? Give me a break, Brian. Haven't you been following along?
That's true.
And then I'm going to talk about Arnold, because people love that now. Even the women, they get it. And then we'll be doing the dogs and the cats. Then we'll be hitting all the hits. We're doing all the hits. This is it's like Elton John and Billy Joel. I'm just doing the hits tonight.
Just the hits.
Where am I tonight?
Here in Las Vegas tonight, Mr. President.
Yeah, but where am I in Las Vegas?
You're at the Thomas and Mack Center where the UNLV Runnin' Rebels play.
Oh, that dump. We're there. Oh, I gotta fire somebody. What a piece of crap. Can't believe about that.
That's where you are, Mr. President. Well,
why am I not at the Venetian or something nice?
I've heard your campaign ran out of money. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't understand this. These people are mismanaging my money. It's really horrible. I have to fire some people.
Well, you've been known to do that in the past, but one person I don't want you to fire is your friend, who I believe is sitting right next to you, John Di Domenico, joining us right now. John, you are the best Donald Trump on the planet, and I was dying. I couldn't even get through this interview because you're making me laugh so hard. How are you doing?
Oh,
John?
Good. I'm always happy to hear that. That makes me very happy.
This is a very busy week and a half for you, John, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been pretty much nonstop. I just had to do a live satellite thing with, I won't mention who it was, but we did that this morning. Now I'm with you here in Las Vegas, and tonight I'm doing stand-up as myself at Bagel Mania, 7 p.m. Doors, 8 p.m. show with a great lineup of some really fantastic local talent.
Bagel Mania. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Give out your socials, too, because you as I say all the time, you are a genius. Give out those social media accounts.
You can find me pretty much anywhere at The Johnny D Show, online at the JohnnyDShow.com, on Instagram, The Johnny D Show, on YouTube, The Johnny D Show #1. So you put The Johnny D Show, and you're going to find most of my socials.
John, you are a living legend, my friend. I always appreciate it when you take the time. I love you, buddy, and thanks for coming on.
All right,
always.
Brian.
Take care.
I'll talk to you, man. Tell the Mooch I said hi.
I will. He's coming on in a couple minutes. I will. Thanks, John. You're the best, pal.
You,
all right. John Di Domenico, everybody, also known as Donald Trump, the best Donald Trump impersonator in the world from The Howard Stern Show.